Hey everybody, welcome back to I Know a Guy. If you're new here, my name's Anthony. I'm a business profit advocate. On this show, we interview entrepreneurs, business owners, professionals, and people doing cool things. For example, today we meet Rick Morgin, a franchise consultant and trusted advisor with a proven track record in guiding individuals into business ownership and helping companies achieve a financial efficiency. With expertise in strategic planning, team leadership, and process improvement, Rick is passionate about empowering others to succeed and building strong, scalable businesses. How you doing today, Rick?
Oh, I'm doing well, thank you, Anthony. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be on your podcast, and I appreciate the guest spot. Thank you.
No, I love what you're doing. I know a lot of entrepreneurs that could use a little bit of guidance. So more people out there doing what you're doing. I'm really excited to see it. So I think some folks out there need to hear what you're doing. So to start off, where are you located? Where are you calling in from?
I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, the Greater Bay Area. I'm about 30 miles east of the city, a town called Danville, California.
Okay. How's California today?
Right where I am, it's cloudy, a little bit clouds and but sunny,
Yeah.
and about 50 degrees, I'd say.
Yeah, we're a little different here in Iowa. We just got a couple inches of snow. It's all cold. It's going to be below 20 all week. So it's completely different. People live here on purpose. So
Typical winter, right?
yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. So what can you tell us about what you do?
Well, I think what I do is pretty cool. You know, I mean, when I first started looking for something to do on my own, I had no idea that this existed. But when I found out about it, that I could help people into entrepreneurship, utilizing a franchise model, and that the gratification I would receive in helping people find that right one, educate them, and get them to their own decision point. That's what I do, and that's why I like it. You know, they get them to a point to make the decision for themselves. And
Okay, awesome. Well, what kind of got you started with this? You said you like the idea of being able to do that, but what was that trigger? How did you learn that this even existed?
yeah, it was about no, it was about well, this year will be the 10th year actually. So I was in transition, change in corporate world. I had the thought of what can I do for myself? Where can I take my skill and experience, and what can I apply it to maybe not go back to that W-2? And I went to a network meeting. Of course, it was in person back then, and it was for finance people. And I met a person who had left their finance career, got into franchise consulting. What the heck is that? Why do you need that? Isn't franchising only just fast food and retail? Little did I know that there are 4,000 franchise brands, and somebody looking to own a franchise really should work with a consultant, because how do you navigate all that stuff? You know,
Yeah, no, that's accurate. When I think franchise, I'm just as notorious for just thinking fast food when there's really all sorts of industries. What is one of the big, I guess, shocks for people when they are looking at franchises? Do a lot of them go in knowing that there's more than just fast food, or is it more like, they kind of have a general idea where they're going? How does that work?
they have a general idea of how they want it to fit into their life versus which exact industry. Yeah, there are clients who say, "Well, I'm interested in certain industries. I'm looking at health and wellness. That's where my passion is." And of course, we can help them with that. But my process may unveil something that they never thought of. That it could be a better fit, a better path within their life and their personal financial goals. So I think that's a reason why I'm doing it too.
Okay. Do most of your clients are they coming in having previous self-employed experience, or a lot of them newer to it, or how does that, or is it just a mix?
I would say most of them are new. They've done things in their corporate life where they've launched products, developed campaigns, built divisions, led teams, things like that. That through that experience, has given them confidence of, yeah, I want to explore this. I think I can do it. I've got the skill set. Let's just find something that fits what I can bring into play, And there are others who have owned franchises before or own franchise currently or own independent businesses and want to add on to create this diversification of what they do. But majority are corporate executives, corporate refugees looking to do something different.
Okay. Do you have any examples of maybe somebody that's come in that's never owned their own business before? This is their first time looking at it, that you've been able to help steer them toward a franchise that kind of fit them perfectly?
Well, sure. Just recently, a person in technology, in the sales aspect of technology, he and his wife were looking to do something to add to their current income. And this wasn't something that they wanted to completely leave their jobs. They maybe eventually they could if they could scale and add on. And we looked at a number of industries and settled on education. He was in technology and he knows the need for technology workers. And this franchise is involved in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, and it's geared to get elementary school ages all the way up to high school interested in this field, so that they either pursue the career after high school or are ready for collegiate level study and continue. So it's and the mission of the franchise company is of course help the franchisee develop a profitable business, but through that interest, help fill the gap between the need for technology workers and the current pool. So
Okay. That's
that's
interesting. What's your favorite thing about what you're doing now?
my favorite thing is I like the connection with people. I like the first portion of the process, and that is getting to know them. Getting to know what they're looking for, what they've done, what their skill set is, what their goals are, and then doing my homework and then presenting concepts that fit, that match. And they're excited to start the research process. And that's when I introduce them to the franchise company. And then together, as a triad, we work together through the franchise company's discovery process, getting them to the point where they're awarded a franchise. That's that beginning part that I enjoy the most. When I connect a client with a franchise company, I'm not as close as the process as the beginning, but we work through that together.
Okay, I got you. What's a common mistake that you're seeing a lot of people, kind of fall for that maybe they should know going in, or like a stumbling block, I guess you could say, that people that are starting their own businesses, because you see it every day. That's part of your process that you're
Yeah.
guiding them through that. What's a common mistake that a lot of people are overlooking when they're starting a business?
I think a common mistake is preconceived notions about a business, an industry, and a business model. And I think another common mistake is thinking they should do this on their own. Whether if you're working with a consultant, they're not spending any more money than if you don't. But why not have that neutral party? I'm a neutral party. I'm not selling, I'm matching and educating. As far as a business owner, uh, I also help businesses create a franchise system, especially when they feel they should expand. And I think it's a preconceived notion that it's going to take a lot of work. Yeah, it will take a lot of work, but you got to have these lofty goals of creating a national brand. So those are some of the mistakes, and doing it, preconceived notions, doing it on your own, and of course, incurring fear.
Okay. How about like your average client? What are some commonalities between the people that you're able to help, that maybe if somebody has this thought or they're dealing with this pain point, that you're the person that they should talk to?
A lot of it is, well, the company and me and the company are kind of going in a different direction. They're senior level executives. They're VP and above. Or we've kind of plateaued, and I know I can't go any further. And I've always thought about owning a business, or my wife and I really want to own a business. We don't know where to start. So those are good. What do you call them? Clues or cues to say, hey, I know a guy. It's like,
Okay.
Just like your podcast.
Yeah, I gotcha. How about power partners? What are other industries or other professionals that you might synergize well with?
I synergize well with CPAs. People come in contact with a lot of businesses. Could be business coaches and people in private equity, investment bankers, human resource executives, because they're going to know about changes before. They may not be able to give me any detail, but so those who know of change or who come in contact with a lot of business owners.
Okay. So for those of us that are in the entrepreneur space or wanting to get into it, what are some of the benefits of owning a franchise versus starting your own business from scratch?
Well, when you investigate a franchise, what you're investigating is the system that they've made up until this point, all the mistakes and corrected them. Franchising isn't meant to be static. So as industry changes, industry improves, that franchise should be staying on top of those industry changes, whether it's technology or consumer behavior. But you're buying into a proven system. And you're following a playbook. So you don't have to figure all these things out. A lot of franchises do a lot of lead gen and marketing for their franchisees. They're going to create your website, your landing pages, your SEO, SEM. And I encourage people to compare the cost of having this done for you and the time and money it takes to open the franchise versus the time and money it takes to do it yourself. And so those are the reasons for looking at a franchise versus starting from scratch. Of course, there are ideas and technologies that really can't be franchised, and that's going to be different, though.
Okay. I got you. So a lot of folks that maybe want to get into the entrepreneur space, maybe they're a little hesitant to jumping in with both feet. So how can franchise ownership create additional income streams while keeping your current job?
One of the changes that I've really seen evolve over the time I've been in this industry is what they call semi-absentee ownership or executive model, where you're gonna hire a manager, and your point of contact is that manager to make sure that manager is fulfilling the day-to-day responsibilities. Now, you may have come in contact with your team along with your GM to motivate them, make sure they're executing marketing plans, providing the best customer service, things like that. But that is called semi-absentee. So where you're going to spend 15 to 20 hours a week, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, certainly more in the first 6 months of the business. That's one ownership model that allows somebody to keep their job. And that's really become a big part of franchising.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I don't think a lot of people know that they can do that. They think it's kind of all or nothing. You have to quit everything, burn the boats. But it's there's intermediate steps that you can take. So that's awesome. What should an aspiring entrepreneur look for when they're choosing the right franchise to invest in?
Well, first they've got to define their budget, right? I mean, franchises can be well under $100,000, even under $50,000, all the way up into the stratosphere, So it's define your budget, define your goals, and work with somebody who can help you match that right franchise to your budget, your goals, and your life. And if you got young kids, and maybe the semi-absentee model is best for you. If you're on your own, maybe the semi-absentee model is still best for you because you've got your job, or you intend to leave it because I'm all in. But those are the things, and be willing to research and be willing to work with a whiteboard. Don't come in with, oh, this is bad, that's bad. Let's figure it out. Let's get some information. Come on, let's get some information. Don't be afraid of that. Getting information is free. You know?
Yeah, that's fantastic advice. And like I said when we started, I didn't know there was as many franchise opportunities as there were, and there is such a menu of options. It is important to have a conversation with somebody that can help you do the research, the things that you don't know, because you don't know what you don't know. Have a conversation with somebody that can help guide you. So that's awesome. Is there anything that I failed to ask or missed that you wanted to add?
Well, no, not really. But I mean, financing is available. We work with a lot of finance partners who do free cost of capital analysis, provide you with your best options based on your resources, your income. So that I always connect my clients to a franchise attorney before you get into that franchise agreement, the contract, so that you understand, you're comfortable with what's going on with the legal process of becoming a franchise owner. Those are important aspects of the process that are inserted at the right time that people may not know about.
Okay. If somebody, doesn't know about all that stuff and they want to get a hold of you and have a conversation, where can they find you? What's the best way they reach you?
I am pretty active on LinkedIn. I have profiles and somewhat active on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, all of them. I use TikTok to document my journey dealing with my prostate cancer. So that's been a growing audience. So, and then of course, email and phone number, which I'm happy to give to you, and then you can insert it into this podcast info.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll get all that from you. And like I said before we start recording, I'll just copy and paste it over. So if it's misspelled, everybody knows it's your fault, not mine. So, but
That's
other
fair
than
enough.
yeah, that's my hedging my bet there. So yeah, if anybody would like to get a hold of Rick, absolutely do it. He's a wealth of knowledge. Every time I've talked to him, I've learned more. I was that guy that's like, oh, there's McDonald's and Burger King. And that's about all I knew about franchises. So absolutely reach out. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur, it's an avenue that you might want to consider. So have that conversation, get that knowledge, and make the decision that's right for you. But if you're a little bit more shy and you prefer an introduction, feel free, ask me. I'm more than happy to introduce you as well. If anybody out there would like to be interviewed, you can also reach me. I'll have my link tree in the description. Grab a time. Let's have a conversation. But other than that, Rick, I really appreciate you coming on and taking the time to kind of explain to us a little bit about the franchise system and how you can help folks. So let's all get some more knowledge, get out there and meet some more people. All right.
All right, Anthony. Thank you very much for allowing me to be a guest. It was a great experience, and let's kick some butt in 2025.
Let's do it.